next
Oh,
year.
yeah, no,
I
Black
think
Adam's coming out. What
coming
other
out.
stuff are coming out
You know
recently?
what's
There's been
funny?
a lot of good stuff.
Oh yeah, Alice in Borderland as well, season two. You want to talk about that?
Yeah,
And then
sure.
we have the funny thing about Black Adam is that The Rock is actually ruining the movie. He's ruining the post credits and stuff. He's spoiling the movie himself because he's trying to hype it up so
Mm,
much to get the
right,
fans
sure.
coming, to get the fans come to the show and stuff. But yeah, that's about it.
I heard on Facebook that do a Black Adam vs Superman movie made. It
Yeah,
was just
it's
a
gonna happen.
pose. Is it gonna happen?
It's gonna happen, 100% sure. Dude, he
Okay,
brought Henry
sure.
Cavill back as Superman, so I think he has
Oh,
enough
okay,
star
fair enough.
power to do what he wants. Like this guy even got the costume changed. You know, like for an actor to get a
Yeah,
costume changed in a
sure.
major budget film, it's such in a superhero film is insane. You have, and this is his first film. He's never had a film before this. I would get it if it was like Robert Downey Jr. saying it like in the third Iron Man film. I can't fit this anymore.
Mm,
Can you
right,
just give me a different costume because it doesn't feel right. Rock is like, nah. Do you know he's
right.
wearing no padding in his suit? That's all just pure muscle.
I didn't realize. That's pretty cool.
That's insane. Like,
Yeah, so,
bruh, everyone's gonna be ejecting shit now. Like, they're gonna be like triple dosing that shit, bro. They're gonna be on the sauce
that's
for
fair.
life, bro. If you're gonna be like
Yeah,
Chris Hemsworth, Dwayne Johnson, who's other the
I
big massive superheroes like
Henry Cavill.
Henry Cavill. Oh, nah, Henry Cavill's natural. He's not that big. I think he's not on the sauce yet. He might be because he's not
Oh,
with the
okay,
Rock and
sure.
shit. Yeah, dude, that's kind of sus, bro. But he looks huge
Yeah,
in that. He literally looks like a rock.
yeah. That's
It's
just
just
huge.
like he's built like a rock. That's just a straight. I
He's
don't know, man.
he's 50 years old now. Like that's pretty crazy.
50 years
The fact
old.
that he's
Oh, dude,
50.
he's on the sauce. He's on trend. He's on roids. He's on some other shit, bro. He's next level. But hats off though that
Yeah,
this guy
right.
could pull this off at that age. Honestly, like I can't even wake up at 5 a.m. and do this shit. You know what I'm
Sure.
saying? It takes me
He
it
does this
takes
every day
me
for the rest
eight
of his
hours of
life.
sleep.
So
I know, next level. Just
sure.
think about it: 8 hours of sleep and 3 hours to wake up. That's my routine. But
Right.
anyway,
So can
we
I
have
ask can I
we have a
ask if it's better
yeah.
than She-Hulk?
She, you gotta always bring She-Hulk, bro. You know, people are trolling me with this shit, with She-Hulk, bro. It's actually annoying. It's getting me, it's getting me itchy. I feel like a crackhead, like talking about She-Hulk, man. It's just so easy to roast the show. It tries so hard to
All right,
be
that's
like meta and stuff, but it does it such a
sure.
bad way. Like, you know who does it better? Deadpool
Right.
does it way better. And also the boys.
Mm,
The boys is, I think, can be compared to She-Hulk quite good because it's very liberal and like sort of left wing in the way they tackle a lot of
yeah,
topics like fighting against
right.
right wing protesters and stuff. Oh my god, I'm gonna knock you.
What happened?
Welcome to my house.
Welcome to my house. Architecture's
Tai
Digest.
Lopez. Knowledge. So
This
you want to
is
give
the
some knowledge?
flowers I from the mountains of Nepal right here.
Nepal. Is Nepal in India, bro? If Sergeant's watching, is Nepal in India, bro? Nah, jokes.
I
That
didn't
doesn't
do
even look
anything.
like a
Just
flower, bro. That looks like a leaf. But anyway, yeah. What were we talking about again? We were talking about She-Hulk. Yeah, I saw a recent episode of She-Hulk, with a couple of mates, and we were just watching for the Daredevil bit. Bro, what they did to Daredevil was actually kind of sad. Like honestly, I saw that and my heart like broke into like
yeah,
two pieces. Like 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 when you see something, you start cringing so hard. It's like you
yeah.
see a rapper flexing money. It's sort of like that. That's what it felt like seeing Daredevil there. Because I just started cringing so hard. I was like, "What is this shit? Why are you
Oh,
doing this
okay,
to my?
sure.
Why do this to my boy Daredevil, bro? Like, how can you do this to him? He's
Fair
such a
enough.
good character with so much character development in him because he comes from a place of like faith and stuff, and that's how
Yeah,
the Daredevil character is. He's always in constant battle with his Catholicism versus what he sees on the streets, the darkness he sees on the streets,
Sure.
and he doesn't know if he has to cross the line, like, to kill in order to destroy that evil, and he's always in constant battle with that, and he doesn't want to bring anyone else in, because once he brings people into that, it puts them in danger. And in the first time you see Daredevil, he ends up shagging She-Hulk. So I was just like, yo, what's going on here? Like, it's weird.
Oh, really?
But anyway, yeah, it's just, and like how Marvel like puts this little Easter eggs to get the comic book fans like really like hyped up and stuff on YouTube and shit. It's hilarious, bro. Like, you could clearly see there's like product placements. There's clearly like there's lighting, the way they use lighting, just like green symbolizes She-Hulk and red symbolizes Daredevil and stuff. It's so lame, bro. I don't know. It kind of put me off major.
I mean,
to be honest, like, I was like,
we at one point Easter eggs are like what we were looking forward to in Marvel movies, right? I think it's just like overdone, overused now. So
overdone. Like, there's like
people get sick of it.
There's like, it's Easter eggs that doesn't need to be there. It's just like, oh, so obvious.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
What are you trying to do? Like, you don't have to do this. It's like mind-numbing entertainment. Like, you can just turn off your brain and watch this shit. And She-Hulk is so trash. Like, I know for a fact that people who made this shit knew that it was shit, and they released it anyway. And the only way they're getting away with it is because the lead is a chick. That's it. The only way they're getting away with this is because it's a chick. But it's just like, you see the other side. You see the boys, right? You know how meta it is with Stormbreaker. What's the name? Is it? I hope it's Stormbreaker. Yeah, she's sort of this symbol. She's sort of the symbol of this right-wing nationalist sort of movement. And the funny fact is that the actress who plays her is Jewish, and she's playing a right-wing Nazi, and so it plays on that quite well. But She-Hulk is just it's just trash. It's just ass, bro. Like, but I don't want to talk about it anymore. It just pisses me off.
I mean, let's not talk about She-Hulk anymore.
Yeah.
It's not about She-Hulk. There's not a She-Hulk podcast.
Yeah, I don't want to give her any more than we need to. I don't want to waste any more time on this. Like, honestly, let's move. It's getting me triggered.
In other
and don't
news,
forget to subscribe. Yeah, you better subscribe. All 3 people watching right now. But anyway, let's move on to Alice in Borderland. What did you... The season 2 was announced, right? December.
Season 2 was announced. Season 1 of Alice in Borderland. If you guys haven't seen it, you gotta go watch it. It's like a how would you say? It's like a death game, something like. How would you describe it? It's people get transported into
sort of like Gantz, right?
Into like a different world, and they get forced to play death games with each other. A lot of people show. The ending of season 1 was a bit dodgy, but I don't know. Maybe season 2 will be better.
Yeah.
It's a Japanese show, always weird and funky. It's always fun to watch.
Is this the live action one, right?
It's live action. It's I think it was an anime.
Yeah. I'm not
too sure.
I think I watched like maybe an episode of the anime. It's either I'm mixing it up. Alice in Borderland or the card game. I think it was called Kakiguri or some shit like that. I'm not too sure. But yeah, I'm mixing one of them up. They have very similar sort of branding and style colors and stuff. That's why I was just like mixing it up. But I remember it because it really reminded me of Gantz, another anime and manga, which is based on sort of the same premise where it's like sort of like a game show and people coming to get killed and stuff. But anyway,
wait, hold on. I just he's watching us.
It was so fun.
So
I think it's because we're on Facebook and shit.
So
anyway,
live.
Look at us.
Shout out to I'll leave you out.
Making it to the top. Joe Rogan.
Joe Rogan. In other news, I think Bleach season.
Yeah.
The finals came out on Disney Plus, which was surprising. I didn't realize it was coming on Disney Plus. But
is that the final season,
the
or
animation?
they're just renewing it like a reboot, sort of? Rebooting Bleach for the fans and stuff.
Anime never
with 1,000-year arc.
Finished. The original anime was cancelled.
Yeah. I heard it's because
So
the guy was
this is the final season to cap it off.
Oh, okay. Oh, so this is the final, proper final season. Okay.
Yeah,
Because I
yeah,
heard
and
like
it's
the guy had
Quincy
like
War.
issues with his. Oh, okay. I heard the guy had like issues and shit with his body and stuff, and that's the reason why he couldn't really
Um,
get into the.
I'm not too sure about that, but I know that he's already started working on a different series altogether about um witches or something.
Witches and stuff.
So final season, like only the first episode's been out, but the animation looks really good. Like the animation looks like top tier. Obviously, they're getting that Disney money,
Yeah.
so it better be good. But with Bleach, it's always a hit or miss. It's something that a lot of people back in the 2000s really like enjoyed, but I don't know if it has the appeal like
Appeal
now
now, like the
for
shonen appeal.
today's audiences. But the first season
But
looks good.
what was your
Um,
initial reaction like initial like your first reaction when you saw the first episode in terms of animation style and how they blended 3D with 2D and the introduction of Ichigo or like stuff like that when
I think the 3D element really came in forms of, do you know what the hollows are?
yeah, I know the
Like the
hollows.
monsters? Yeah. So they made those monsters as the 3D, and then they like blended it in with the 2D animation. And I think it works well. It looks fine. Like you can overlook it. I don't
You can
think those
overlook it.
hollows are gonna be in the series. Like this is about the Quincy Wars. It's about the Quincy,
Yeah,
so I'm sure it won't be as bad. But I think in terms of animation, I think it's good.
it's good.
It's better than the original anime like animation.
Original anime.
So
You know what? I thought during the what's the arc for when the Soul Society arc is that it? Soul Society, right? I remember ages ago I watched this shit. That's
Soul
why.
Society arc.
Yeah, this is it. Soul Society arc. I think it's called.
Um
Is that what it's called?
yeah, it's the Soul
First season.
Society
Yeah,
arc.
I think it's called Soul Society arc. Yeah.
Yeah,
Anyway,
that was the
I
best
watched.
like in terms of
That was.
plot, but yeah.
I don't think I watched anything after that because it was
Oh yeah.
just way too many episodes for me to catch up with. Like I could not be bothered. No offense to Bleach
Sure.
fans, like yeah, I don't want to attack them or anything,
Okay.
but yeah, it was pretty cool to see the new episode, the different approach they have to animation, I guess, with new software and
Mm,
stuff. Like it looks very
mm.
colorful. That's what I would say. It looks very.
Okay.
It sort of keeps a retro aesthetic at the same time, but also a
Okay.
very I guess you could call like it feels very like synthwave sort of vibe to me. You know what I'm saying? Like a Blade Runner, a cyberpunk sort of
Yeah,
feel. Like especially
what
with
you mean.
all the purples and stuff. Yeah, it looks pretty cool.
Right.
And I didn't I don't know. I'm waiting for episode 2 to make a real hard like decision if I'm gonna keep watching the show because I'm watching so much shit on top of
Mm.
this. I don't know if I want to keep up with it, but I'm just keeping it up with it because it's just Bleach, and I love the intro to Bleach, bro. You remember when the first anime
Yeah.
came out during 2000s, the Bleach and introduction was so like heavy metal, like punk. It was so fucking crazy, bro. It was lit. I love that shit. Insane. But that's my thoughts on it. And also
Yeah.
I liked how they introduced Ichigo as well
Mm.
into this into this episode, and it didn't feel like it was out of place. It felt like
Yeah.
he's living in this world. He's still there,
Yeah.
and Ichigo's still living as a substitute. What's it? Substitute? The Grim Reaper or something? What substitute? What do they call them again? Is it Grim Reaper or
Bankai.
no? Bankai is the
Oh,
move.
Shinigami.
Shinigami, like substitute Shinigami, sort of like that. It was pretty cool to see that, and I didn't even know there were
Right.
substitute Shinigamis. Like there's only
What's
only
the
Ichigo could
substitute?
do that, because he's if you watch the episode, you'll see he's a substitute Shinigami. Him and his whole gang, they all substitute Shinigami. So they're not actual Shinigami. They're just still living on Earth and stuff.
Oh, you mean his
Yeah,
gang, like
but they're not.
Orihime
Yeah,
and
his
all
gang and
that.
stuff. Yeah,
Chad.
so they get only
Oh,
called
sure.
they get called on duty. They're on duty 24/7, like the other Shinigamis to reap the souls and stuff. So it's
Right.
pretty cool to see that.
Right.
And when he uses Bankai, bro, I was like, yeah, that's cool. I was waiting to hear that.
Yeah.
Bankai. Like you
It's
think
been
about the
years.
word Bankai.
Bleach fans are probably
It's
crying
been
right now.
years, bro. Like honestly, when they said and to be honest, like I think Bankai is like during that anime period. I think during that shonen anime period is one of the most
Mm,
world like renowned words or renowned moves that you can think of is Bankai. You know,
right,
Bankai,
sure.
Rasengan, Tidori. Like what else comes to your
Yeah.
head? Like I don't know
Sure,
what
yeah,
else.
yeah, yeah.
You know, like Kamehameha.
Kamehameha.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but Kamehameha, you could say that's like '90s anime, you know, because
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Dragon Ball was during the '90s and shit. So you could say it's from
Yeah.
that generation. But for me, like this is what introduced me to anime. It was Bleach and Naruto and One Piece.
Mm,
Goma gonna no
fair enough.
pistol.
It's a
Bro, you know how
sure.
funny anime was back in the day? It was hilarious, especially with One Piece. You know,
Yeah, I
with like the
know.
phone. It's so true. Yeah, the humor
It's-
in anime was way above. It was so immature that it was actually hilarious. I don't know, and it sort
yeah,
of like lend into
that's
real life when people started imitating that shit. It was funny, but no one imitated Bunkai.
yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Bunkai, Bunkai.
Yeah. Like I don't know. I felt this Bleach. I guess I'll have to. I mean, like if you compare it to shows now that has come out like Jujutsu Kaisen and let's
Yeah,
say what we're gonna talk about Chainsaw Man.
yeah.
It seems a bit more PG. My
Which
deep
one?
like compared to those like Bleach.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um,
Yeah, dude.
Anime
Of
nowadays
course,
are
it.
way more brutal and shit. Like
Yeah. Oh, dude. That's a good transition, buddy.
yeah.
Shit. You talking to Chainsaw Man?
Don't point it out.
Bruh, bruh. I don't want to spoil it for Oxo, so I won't talk about Chainsaw Man.
No,
And I
no.
will talk about like the animation style and sort of
Yeah,
the action about it in here. So there's no
sure.
spoilers here, guys, who's watching, especially Stefan, if you're watching this. So I think Chainsaw Man is probably going to be one of those One Punch Man sort of anime, like
Yeah,
that level.
yeah.
It's insane, bro. It is
Stefan said
crazy
he
good.
needs to ask about Chainsaw.
I'll need to ask you. Go ahead, bro. Ask us. What do you need to ask?
Don't spoil it. Spoil it.
I
Just
won't spoil it.
ask something
I'll.
without spoilers.
Here, he's still probably typing it up, but yeah.
He's probably typing it up, but
Chainsaw
so leave your
Man.
question there.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Is it worth watching and why?
Is it worth
I was just about to get
watching?
into that. I think Chainsaw Man is probably you have to go watch that shit, bro. It's insane. It is so good. The first episode, it's sort of the first episode feels like a teaser album, you know? It's just a vibe.
Hmm.
It's just crazy. The animation, the way they blend the CGI with the 2D is crazy, bro.
Yeah.
You know they spent some time on this because it took like 2 years for it to come out. There is passion here, man. There's real passion here. And I think there's only like 12 episodes out as well. So
Yeah.
that's coming
I
out. So
think the
it's
second
dude,
part of the first season's coming out in November or something.
oh no,
But Studio
great,
Mappa, who did Attack on
bro.
Titan, and the animation is
Attack on
really good. Like
Attack
that
on Titan.
studio
Don't forget One Punch Man. Don't forget One
and
Punch
One
Man.
Punch Man.
And
Yeah.
what else did they make that vampire movie as well? I forgot what it was called. I don't know
I'm
off
not
the top
too
of my head.
sure, but
But anyway,
Studio
dude,
Mappa is really good. Like
yes,
in terms, if
dude.
like in terms of animation, like wrong with Studio Mappa, they always bring it
I
out
think it is the
and change.
best. Yeah.
Hmm,
He
the
hates it
second
when
part of the
the second
season.
part of dude, they have to they have to make, they got to make the monies. But it's not really like a second part
Sure.
because it's October already and episode 1 is already out. So I
Hmm,
guess second part of a season coming out, yeah. And I think they're taking their time with this quite a
sure.
bit. They
Yeah,
want it's like a
fair
quality
enough.
over quantity thing. So I think the second season will come out like after 3 years or some shit. It's
Hmm.
but Chainsaw Man is actually it's quite good. Spy X
Um.
Family. Oh, I watched Spy X Family actually. I actually watched
Oh,
Spy X
okay.
Family recently. Yeah, it was pretty funny to watch.
Sure.
But it wasn't as memorable for me as I thought it would be. My friend was just
Is it a
showing it to
light-hearted
me.
show? Is it?
I'm not too sure.
Is
I
it
just watched it.
comedy?
Yeah, I watched it through Crunchyroll. I don't think it was a comedy. It was some shit. I forgot about it. Just watch it with my friend recently. Danmachi, I haven't seen that. Is that on Crunchyroll or?
I'm
I'm
not
not
sure
sure.
where. I'm not. I
Yeah,
haven't seen that before, but yeah.
but yeah, bro.
Moving on to our next topic. Gonna be talking
Wait, wait, wait,
about.
wait,
Huh?
wait, wait. Let me finish
Yeah.
with
What?
Chainsaw Man. I haven't finished it.
Oh, sorry. Go
I
for it.
haven't
Go.
finished it. Okay, relax. Give me a second. I need to break this shit down. Chainsaw Man, from the start, you you can't. I won't spoil it for you, but it's it's
Sure.
like it's like it's so quick, fast paced
Yeah.
that your mind is constantly glued onto the screen to see what's happening
Right.
next, and you're so invested in the character, and it's so weird as well. The fact that there's a chainsaw coming out of this guy's head, and this chainsaw is coming out of his
Yeah.
hands as well. So it's like an
Sure.
insane
Yeah.
sort of concept, but the way they come up with it is, it's crazy how they do it, bro. It's crazy. It's crazy how they tackle this shit. It's just, oh, I love it, bro. And
Mm,
the animation is out of this park. The music is
right.
insane. The music is like heavy metal. And the
Right.
if you see the opener of the series, Chainsaw Man,
Yeah.
there's multiple references to various pop culture things like Pulp
Mm.
Fiction, many movies
Oh,
like
okay.
that. It's crazy. No
Interesting.
Country for Old Men. It's crazy, bro. The
Yeah.
amount of effort they put into this. I don't know.
Okay.
For them to put like references in the opener itself to other
Yeah.
films
Yeah.
and shows, that's crazy. I've never seen that in anime. Like I never paid attention
Yeah.
to
It's
that
quite
shit.
new, isn't
So
it?
this is the first time I'm
Yeah.
paying attention to that shit. I was like, whoa, that's kind of cool, man.
Definitely.
I never seen that.
It's. I think the manga itself is quite. Actually, the second part is actually just starting out, but the manga is quite renowned for being quite deep
Philosophical.
philosophical and like just generally being people are saying that it's a second coming of Attack on Titan, and
Damn,
it's a it's very respected in the manga community. I think obviously I
that's
haven't
good.
read it yet because I'm just waiting for the anime, but um, we have a good plot to look forward to, and paired with the paired with this is going to be one of those staples of anime that Attack on Titan was, and
Yeah,
what
definitely.
maybe I don't know Mob Psycho was. Mob Psycho season 3 is actually
Oh,
coming out as well, so that'll be lit.
I'm keen to watch that. I
Definitely.
was I was I was watching a video on the artist who did Mob Psycho and One Punch Man, right? And the
Yeah.
writer of both of them.
Yeah.
And apparently Mob Psycho is a representation of him in high school and in
Mm,
life in Japanese society as
sure.
in total. Like that's him. That's a representation of him, like how awkward he is, how he interacts in social situations and stuff. So it's crazy to see that like
Right.
this such a because Mob is such an eccentric character, He's like
Yeah.
he's a very
Mob.
quirky sort of character, and even the
Yeah.
way his hairstyle is, the way his fashion is, it's like it's so
Mm,
quirky, and the way even the animation is tackled is crazy, bro. I
yeah.
loved Mob Psycho. It's funny. It's hilarious.
Yeah. It's
Cause here we
hilarious. I
have,
like how.
yeah.
Yeah.
What are you saying?
I like
You
how
like,
she chose like a like a a character
yeah,
on the level of Superman, just how
Superman.
strong
Not a
he
t-
is,
yeah. It's
and but then they kind of like twisted it so that his
yeah.
challenge was to have a normal high school
Have a
life and
normal life. It's
have
like
like normal problems. So
it,
yeah,
it's like
that's quite interesting.
it's like the similar character to One Punch Man, but it
Sure.
twisted where One Punch Man wants to be a hero, whereas Mob
Yeah,
just wants to be a normal person, and then he
that's
meets his
true.
mentor, who's the most normal human being, with like a slight tinge of supernatural
Yeah, yeah.
powers, and he can
Sure,
maybe lift a
sure.
coin or an object, whereas Mob's just
I
like
don't think is that even real?
crazy.
Is that...
It's just funny, bro. Do you remember the movie Looper?
Yes, I do. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like Looper, but hilarious because they have similar sort of characteristics with their telepathic abilities and stuff. It's so
Yeah,
cool to
yeah,
watch.
yeah.
Yeah,
Libo is an
Looper
amazing
was
movie. I
insane.
enjoyed that.
Shout out to Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Shout out to Bruce
Mm.
Willis. Hope he recovers from his illness and shit. So that's that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Anyway, what's the next thing we were going to
Um,
talk about? Was it
the next thing we're going to talk about is called Glitch. It's a
Bleach?
Korean sci show that's right now on Netflix. It's I
Wait,
think
is
all
this
the
Korean or
episode. I think
Australian?
no, it's a Korean show, Glitch.
Oh, dude, I thought it was the Aussie one. That's the one I watched.
No, no, it's no.
Oh,
It's
really?
pretty.
Oh
You're
shit, my
probably
bad. I
talking
thought
about a
they're the
completely
same.
different one. Glitch. Anyways, it's about a. I'll just give you a brief synopsis, like rundown of what the show is about. So the show is
Oh, this looks sick.
about at the main core. It's about alien literacy, and it's about this young girl in high school who one day woke up. No, she was in a field of grass. Right. This is not a spoiler because I'm just describing the first episode. She woke up one day, um, allegedly abducted by aliens. She basically had a friend, right? Her best friend, who was kind of like a rebel, like not a rebel, but like a bad kid at the school. And she was also
Yeah.
like interested in aliens and shit, so they kind of bonded together. They became friends. They hang out and stuff, and they, like just hang out at this like really old van. And it's about her getting abducted by aliens, and she kind of saying to the police that it's because she sniffed glue or like she drank alcohol or something, and that's why she passed out.
And she
But
saw
she doesn't
aliens.
actually remember that she doesn't
Oh,
remember that
abducted.
she was abducted by aliens, but
Oh,
um
that's crazy.
she she
That's so
lost all her
scary.
memories and stuff. And a few in a normal life, she's working as an architect, um
Okay.
which is crazy. And she has a boyfriend who she doesn't love, but she's just staying with him because it's like a has a normal life. But she also has
Damn, bro. You watch
this
this
kind
because
of
the
like
guy's
schizo.
she's an architecture. You watch
Well,
this because she's an architecture
I
show.
I can
No, okay,
I
keep
there's a
continuing. My
few
bad. Sorry for
there's a
interrupting.
few scenes where she was working late, and I was like, I can relate to that.
You can
But
relate to that. Oh shit! Like the way the design work is done, it must be really intense. Long hours and shit. Crazy.
yeah. Anyways, she aliens. It's like
Yeah.
a something like schizophrenia, I guess. I would describe her symptoms. Like she keeps seeing alien with like a green
Hallucinations
helmet
and shit.
following her. Yeah, hallucinations and stuff. And
Oh, that's definitely yeah.
one day her boyfriend disappeared. And in the show,
Ooh.
because she's like a very unreliable because you don't know
Yeah.
if she was actually abducted by aliens or if she until the very end.
Oh,
But
it's like Shutter
she
Island kind
tries
of
to look
thing. It's
for
like
something like Shutter Island, but not as well done and
not as
as
well.
good. I would say.
Yeah, obviously it's not Leonardo DiCaprio and what's his name?
It-
Martin. It's not Scorsese
that's
directing
true.
this shit, so obviously, but that's crazy.
Definitely,
So it's a
definitely, yeah.
psychological thriller,
But
you would say.
so um she was on a journey with her boyfriend again, and she meets her old friend, and then they kind of reconnect, and then they just became friends again and things like that, and then they get mixed up with cults and things like that. So it's a conspiracy show, but it's also really funny,
Yeah.
and yeah, it's just a
Uh,
good lighthearted show to
light, lighthearted, but it sounds like a psychological thriller because she's like a
I
schizo and her
would
boyfriend's
say.
missing, and then she makes a new friend. So what happened? So what happened to the boyfriend? Did she end up killing the boyfriend,
Well,
or
the
does
I
she try to
won't I
alleviate
won't
the guilt
spoil
by
it. You
saying,
have to watch. You have to watch the end.
how many episodes are there? How
You
many episodes?
just dropped out. Sorry.
Oh,
10
okay. Oh, there's
episodes.
10 episodes. 10 episodes.
10
And Korean
episodes. Yeah.
shows are long, right? It's probably like an hour long per episode.
Yeah, an hour long per episode. Yeah, but
Jesus, we'll see, we'll see.
if you have like I don't know a day, and you want to watch something alien
but
related.
but you don't even like it that much, so I don't know if I'm gonna watch it if you don't even like it that much.
Oh, okay, sure. Right.
Would you recommend it to me? Would you recommend it to me? Is the question.
Um, Probably not. It's probably not your type of show, I would say.
What you mean? I
but
like psychological thrillers and shit. You know what I'm saying? Shit.
but I think like this show, there's like some of the characters are some stupid shit, and just doesn't make sense. So you gotta look past some of these inconsistencies.
Yeah,
It's not perfect.
it's not a perfect kind of vibe, but yeah,
Yeah,
I'll give episode 1 a go because it's only an hour long, I guess. I'll
sure,
find some
go
time
for
for
it.
it.
Yeah, yeah.
If episode 1 is not
Uh,
good, so I want a refund.
I
I want a refund.
don't own
I don't
Netflix.
care how
Sorry.
you give it to me. You gotta give me a refund somehow, bro. I'll send you a Beam request for 1 month Netflix subscription. That's interesting. That's interesting. Yeah. At least yeah. It's a Korean show. I'll give it a look. When did it release?
It's a Korean show.
2022, 7th October. Oh, it's a recent release.
It's very recent.
Shit. Oh, I like the poster. It looks very Paul. Have you seen that movie Paul with Seth Rogen and stuff?
Uh,
Paul, you remember Paul? The movie with
Not too sure.
Seth Rogen and
Yeah,
like
sure. Yeah.
yeah, the alien comedy one. Is it sort of
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that? Like
yeah.
in the sense. Oh, okay. Yeah, I might give it a go then. What kind
You'll
of
be
humor is it? Is
spoiled.
it is what kind of humor is it? Is it like innocent sort of like the K drama humor, or like they they really go into the
I
comedy,
think
like they're raunchy and shit. You know what I'm saying?
it's not raunchy humor. It's not smart humor either. It's just like maybe just I don't know, just K drama humor. I would say.
K
Sure. Yeah.
drama.
It's,
Okay,
it's
okay.
it's sometimes
It was
it's
what
funny, but
sometimes it's funny, but sometimes it's just
sometimes
a
you're just
headache.
like, okay.
Fine, you spent like 10 hours of this shit, bro. You can't be saying that stuff, man.
I mean, it's not a perfect show, but
Yeah,
I enjoyed it.
that's
I
it. If
think
you
it
enjoy
had
it,
the
you enjoy it.
potential to be great, but they kind of aspects. I think the tonality of the show just, they just wanted
It's
to
not
keep it
it's not
slightly more
great.
lighthearted rather than going really, dark. So, yeah.
Okay, okay. I'll give it a go, I guess.
Yeah, for
I'll
sure.
give episode 1 a go, I guess. Cause yeah, I
Mm.
was watching a psychological thriller recently. Yesterday,
Which one?
it was a Malayalam one. It's from my
Oh,
hometown in
okay.
Kerala. Yeah, it's called Rorscharch.
Sure.
You know Rorschach. It's based on the Rorschach test, where a psychologist holds this piece of blotted ink paper, and they
Hmm.
sort of try to evaluate how you're feeling at that moment in time. Like, let me show you how a Rorschach test looks like. Let me just share my screen. 1 second.
Can you type the title
Uh,
of
yeah,
the
it's just
show?
Rorschach. I'll just show you how it looks like.
Oh, I saw this yesterday. I thought it was like a Rorschach, like from Watchmen, like the
No, 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 no. So it's sort of like that, and he wears a
yeah.
mask, sort of like the Watchmen one.
Oh, okay, sure.
Yeah, and and he sort of wears a very similar mask to Rorschach. I
Right.
think it could actually be inspired by this character from Watchmen, because even the guy,
I
the main character in
I thought
it,
it was
he's very mentally disturbed. So there's that as
yeah,
well.
sure.
So he's very
Oh,
mentally
okay.
disturbed in that sense, and it's kind of crazy, like crazy how or where the story goes with this film, but it's not too insane. I
Yeah.
think one of the biggest highlights of this film is definitely the cinematography and the
Yeah.
setting and like the costume and also the characters.
Yeah.
They're very human in a sense. It's a
Yeah.
very human centric movie in the sense that okay, we have a couple characters here. One is reeling in from the loss of his wife that was caused by
Yeah.
a death, and then it goes like who killed his wife and what he does, the revenge he takes, the extent of his revenge that he takes across
Sure.
that guy's whole family who killed his wife, and it's
Mm.
insane the lengths this guy will go to eradicate the notion of this person or the identity of this person in like throughout the complete film. It's crazy, bro. it's
Yeah.
it's it's
Fair
an
enough.
it's like a but I think the
Is it like
story
a
for
thriller or
yeah,
action?
it's definitely a psychological thriller, but
Oh,
the
okay.
main thing in that movie that you should take away is like the cinematography is insane. It's like
Mm.
I couldn't even compare it to anything now. Like I feel
Right.
like the recent movies coming from Kerala has been insane, bro. It's been very
Mm.
inspiring for me to see the shit like from my
Yeah.
hometown with the budget they have compared to the Hollywood budgets and
Yeah, yeah,
the movies
definitely.
they're making. And even you can compare it to even you don't even have to compare it to Hollywood. You can compare it to other movie industries like maybe Turkish movie industry or like the Korean movie
Sure.
industry, like which are
Yeah.
like, very highly funded by many streaming services and stuff. This is
Yeah.
crazy. This is coming from there, and it's like the funding
Yeah.
compared to like big Hollywood, bro. This is like 1/50 the budget of She-Hulk, and it looks way
Sure.
better. It's insane.
Right.
Like, yeah, the cinematography is it's inspiring to see that shit, bro. I watched
I
that.
think.
I watched
Mm.
that, and like even the
Yeah.
soundtrack has an impact on the film. The way
Yeah.
the music syncs up with the
Mm.
video that's on screen as well is crazy, bro.
Yeah.
And the tension that builds up and the suspense that builds up is
Mm.
crazy. I think one of the
Yeah.
best characters in this movie wasn't even the main character. It was actually one of the mom of the person who killed his wife. It was Sita,
Okay.
and she's played by Bindu. I hope
Did
I'm
you? Is it
saying
was? Is that a
Bindu
spoiler or
Panikam.
what?
It's not really a spoiler, but her
Oh, okay.
her her character in this is insane. And the way she acts, bro, oh my god. It's
Mm.
like you actually feel scared because you see the
Mm.
lengths a mother will take
Mm.
lengths a mother will take to achieve the sort of like success they have in life, or a lengths a person would
Yeah.
take to achieve the sort of success they would have in life, and how they would push like certain members of the family or brainwash them into
Mm.
thinking this, to thinking that, and pushing them into a life of crime, you can say.
Right.
And she's sort of the living embodiment that embodies the two characters in this, the brothers, and makes them go out into the world and commit such evil acts. It's insane.
Sure.
Like her
Right.
acting, oh, bro, I got shivers like watching that, man. I was like, it was like proper
Right.
scary. Like, and the thing is, like,
Oh,
it's
okay.
this. There's nothing supernatural about her. It's just that
Yeah.
she's just an evil person, and when you see it, it's
Sure.
crazy, man. Like the way they did the eye makeup, or the way the scene goes and just zooms into her, like pans
Mm.
into her face, and then you see
Yeah.
like how evil she actually is. There's a
Yeah.
scene where she poisons this policeman who's found out about her son, who's committed all these crimes in Dubai,
Yeah.
and he
Yeah.
comes back, and the policeman finds all this stuff and brings it to her, presents it to her, and he's sort of trying to blackmail her into getting the cash that he thinks he
Mm.
deserves. And you see
Yeah.
this like interplay of different relationships with each of these characters and stuff, and
Mm.
how it affects each other, and how it's going to affect how it affects the ending. And I think the ending is kind of it's left to a sort of a cliffhanger, I think, in my opinion,
Mm.
because I still don't know, like,
Yeah. Right.
I still don't know if this guy is either it's a schizo who's seeing the ghost of this character called Delete that actually murdered his wife, or that's an actual ghost.
Yeah.
I don't know, or
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
it's his conscience, a
Yeah.
projection of his conscience onto the screen. It's crazy,
So
man.
the viewers are basically in the dark until the very end.
No. Like midway through, it's just unraveling of all these events that we see, like
Oh, okay. Sure.
how far this guy will take. It's like a
Mm.
revenge story. That's what I would say. It's like a revenge story.
Mm.
It's pretty lit. I liked it. It was pretty crazy.
Okay. It sounds interesting. For when I saw it yesterday, I thought it was just kind of like a because Rorschach, I thought it was a maybe a Westman film or something, and then I've seen Indian movies, so I thought maybe it might have just been a rip off or something. That
Nah,
was
nah,
what
nah, nah,
my
nah, nah.
thought was,
Hey,
but
you gotta be like that. It's not Bollywood, bro. This is Bollywood. It's not
I know, I
Bollywood,
know,
bro.
no, 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 I know,
It's
I know,
not
I know.
Bollywood.
But like,
Bollywood's
that's what I
constantly
thought for
making
a second.
remakes, bro. Bollywood's
Yeah,
constantly making remakes. It's sad. Like, dude, they
right.
released this. They released this. I think it was like a $70 million movie.
Yeah.
I forgot what it was called. It was some shit. I need to get it up. I need to get it up here. Give me a second.
Oh, okay.
Give me a second.
Has Bollywood been creating like good films as well, or
Uh, not through
no?
like the major, not like box office wise. I think through
Right.
like streaming services, it had a really good. I saw a movie recently. The movie I was talking about
Yeah.
was Brahmastra, by the way, the 70 or 80 million dollar movie. It wasn't.
Oh, okay.
It was sort of like no one really liked it, but this is the movie that I watched. I think it's
Yeah.
called Tar or something like that. It's based on this. It's based Tar, yeah, Tar, and Tar is actually based on this Indian Jeep, and the
Yeah.
whole story sort of revolves around the guy who uses that Jeep, and it's
Oh,
very
okay.
similar to the story of Rorschach, but I feel
Yeah.
like the way they handled the story was way better than Rorschach, but the cinematography
Oh,
is
okay.
in no way, shape, or form can't even be compared to the cinematography in Rorschach. Like, it's crazy. But the movie was really
Right.
good. It's like it's sort of like you see how far this guy takes his revenge as well here as
Sure.
well. Again, another revenge thriller.
Right.
It's pretty cool to see. But
Okay.
it's also some of the scenes
Yeah.
kind of some of the scenes kind of get it gets a little bit too much for me because there's a scene where his wife gets no, it's more like the it's like more like the pure trauma of seeing what's on screen. You don't really see much, but you know what's happening in the
Mm.
back of your mind. You know what's actually happening here, so you can just imagine what's going on. So it's kind of sad. It's kind of sad to see, but also very alarming. It
Yeah. Right.
reminds me sort of like the scenes from Hereditary. You know, the horror movie. It's sort of
Oh,
very
fair enough.
terrifying and
Yeah.
shit. Yeah, yeah.
Like
It's sort of like that.
unnerving,
It's
kind of like
unnerving. Yeah, that's
not
the word
jump
I would
scare
choose.
atmosphere,
Yeah,
or like the feeling that
very
it
unnerving, very
invokes.
unsettling.
Yeah.
I felt
Sure.
very unsettled. It was some of the scenes in that, bro. I was just whoa, that's nasty. It does get gory, but yeah,
Uh,
I would keep it at that. I think
okay.
I would highly recommend you to watch Star. It's really good. And there's
How do you
Rorschach
spell
is
it?
still it's Thar.
Oh, okay. In sign
And
and movies.
Rorschach I would recommend as well, but you have to watch it in the
Yeah.
cinema. So I don't know if they're showing it showing it in Brazil and stuff. If they're showing that
Oh,
film, so I wouldn't know.
okay.
Yeah, but
Right.
it's pretty lit.
Interesting. I'll
Yeah,
definitely check it out because it's on Netflix. So
yeah, it's on
maybe we
Netflix, so
can
you
do a
can
review on
easily
that
watch
one
that
day.
shit. Did you see Talamela yet?
For sure. For sure.
Did you see Talamela yet?
Everything on
Bruh, come on.
Netflix is really good, especially with foreign films. I think if you get Netflix, because
Yeah, I
did
think
you hear about the subscription server option where
yeah, seven.
you have to watch
Yeah,
ads or something?
yeah.
What do you think about that?
I don't know. Man, I can't. I don't know. I guess they need to make money. Netflix has been losing money, as everyone knows.
Yeah,
it's
right.
been the Netflix doesn't make that much profit because they put so much funding into like international TV shows and their own original
Yeah,
content as well. So it's
sure.
kind of crazy. I don't know how they kept it up so long. They must have had like
Mm,
they're definitely still like there's definitely still in a loss. So they had to introduce some sort of tier
mm,
system, which they tried like increasing the price, but now they're gonna
yeah.
offer a free Netflix service and with ads and stuff. I think it could be. I don't know. I'll have to see how it works because for me,
Mm,
I'm not too experienced with it. I'm not watching Netflix for free, and at least it's showing in 720p, which isn't too bad. I guess if you mainly streaming
yeah,
from your phone and stuff, it would be great. But
yeah,
yeah, if I guess most people are using Netflix for free anyway, because we're all leeching off
yeah,
other people's accounts anyway. So
yeah, yeah.
there's
Fair
that.
enough. Fair
But
enough.
mm,
Yeah.
I don't know. But there's that.
I
Anyway,
yeah. I mean, if it's gonna keep them from continuing like producing films like these, especially funding films from
mm,
countries and like producing stuff
yeah,
like what you just
definitely
said and glitch and things like that. So yeah, all for it. I
all
think
for it
I
and
don't.
stuff. I think that's what really differentiates
As long as it's
Netflix. TV ads
Yeah.
and stuff. But we won't get ads. We have paid subscribers. We won't get ads.
No.
It's
No,
only
definitely not.
people who didn't pay. Yeah, it's only people who didn't
Yeah, yeah.
who didn't pay gets the ads. So I think
Mm,
yeah, what you said, it's actually pretty great that we might be able to see more films like this. Because I'm kind of excited.
mm,
For me, there's no competition for Netflix. Like, what does Disney have that Netflix doesn't? And Netflix differentiates
mm,
itself with international films, whereas Disney is still in that, they're really relying on
mm.
their brand, like Marvel and Star Wars, instead of creating
Yeah.
anything new they can't come up with. And any brand that they come up with, there's only one or two series that are really good, and they have such a huge budget as well. But anyway, that's sort of my opinion.
Sure.
With that, let us end the live stream. Thanks for everyone who was watching.
That.
We start yeah last I think last week we started the live stream. It was like 0 viewers. We had like one viewer comment. Now we at
Yeah.
least have one viewer still there. It rose up to like five at one moment. So I think that could be from my Facebook account. I'm not too sure. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one.
The internet just
Thank
dropped
you,
off.
Sproiten. Thank you, Sproiten.
Sprite, thank you. Spren.
Spronaten. See you guys. Have a good one.